The people we're looking for and the sort of people who do very well here at LNG are those who are willing to be very flexible and to work hard to find their own niche within the company. We're not looking for people who are just looking for somewhere to tell them what to do. We like people who will take responsibility for their own work and their own ideas, and also take responsibility for the important data that we hold.
The man credited as the father of modern marketing, Theodore Levitt, said, "The purpose of an enterprise is to create and keep a customer." Now, of course, that's jumping the gun a bit, because an enterprise's first purpose should be to find the right people to do the job. That's where good recruitment practices come in. So how do the companies that we've been to go about recruiting their staff? And what do they think are the best ways into the industry?
We recruit staff in many ways, but in terms of the graduates, we have a graduate entry scheme. We employ something around 4 or 5 graduates each year, and they join our account management or creative management training scheme. And that is designed to help them learn the business, to learn about marketing, to learn about what it's like to work in this kind of industry, and indeed to grow their professional capability and skills. We recruit them by advertising or making it aware that we have vacancies available, and then people apply to us. They go through an interview process, they have to make a presentation, and we give them various challenges to sort out the very, very best. And we also work quite hard with them, I think, to try to ensure that it's this kind of a career they want, because coming from university, understanding the difference between a below-the-line agency and above-the-line agency and the different nature of the work, for instance, is quite important. And so we want them to feel that this is going to work for them. They then, from there, can work and become an account manager with us within 18 months to 2 years.
Our graduate recruitment has been quite ad hoc. We're making efforts to formalise that structure, and moving forward into next year we'll be making sure that all of the graduates that come into the business will sit within our planning team. Our planning team work across all of the agency brands, so we think that that's a great place for graduates to come in, get a solid grounding, and then from the planning team they'll spend time in each of the agencies. And then at the end of the first year that they're with us, we'll sit down with the relevant graduate and decide which area of our business they're best suited in.
My department, HR, coordinates visits to different universities, some of them in London, some of them elsewhere, and particularly where they do the sorts of degrees that we are interested in here, for example, statistics. We then talk to students about the sort of candidates that we're looking for, and actually I went back to my old university and sat with some of my colleagues who'd left about the same time. We'd all gone into different industries, but we were all, one way or another, involved in recruiting. And we talked to students about the way to present themselves, the sort of things that they should put into their CVs, and I suppose another area was putting themselves into the position of an interviewer and saying, what do you think the interviewer would be looking for? And actually think about that when you put yourself across, rather than just thinking about yourself as a student in that situation.
Getting into the industry, I say, it wasn't easy, having left university. And I think what's benefited, I had the attitude that I didn't know everything, which I think certainly helps, I say, when you try and get into this industry. You just want to get in there and try and learn. And I say, since being here a year now, I've learned an awful lot, but every day I'm still learning, which is one of the great things about being in the industry.
An essential part of any job is training. Coming into any business sector as a graduate, you will not be expected to know the industry inside out. Far from it. The first weeks or months of your new job will be spent acclimatising to your position, your office and those around you, as well as learning the ropes in your trade. So what is your training going to consist of?
We place a huge emphasis on developing our staff and training. We spend a great deal of money, invest a great deal of money I should say, each year on external facilitated training courses. That's presentation skills, leadership skills, sales skills, negotiation skills, and lots of other externally run seminars and events that everyone in the business is free to attend. There's also internally run training sessions. There's as you can imagine, a great deal of experience within the business. So it's very important. It's one of our key philosophies. You know, that continual learning process is so important for us. Everyone is continually encouraged to gain as much knowledge as possible.
All new recruits go through an induction process when they arrive at LMG, and this is especially important for graduates who may not have had much, if any, work experience before they come into the business. The induction covers a number of things. Obviously it's a background to the business, it's meeting different people from different departments and understanding what your particular goals will be in the first 3 months after you've arrived. Each graduate will have a training programme just for them. This will include some technical skills, particularly if you're coming into the more technical areas, for example in analytics. And we also run a number of different courses within the business, run by people like me and my colleagues internally in management, which anybody can go to and graduates are particularly encouraged to come along to.
So a job in marketing sounds challenging, exciting and rewarding, but lurking behind any job description and the perks it may bring, there's always the reality of packed lunches and that 8-hour working day. So what's your day-to-day life going to be like in the marketing sector, and what are you going to be responsible for?
On a day-to-day basis, I work within the account service department here. I work as an account executive, and above me there's senior account executives, account managers and account directors. So I get to work with more senior members of staff. More importantly, my role on a day-to-day basis, I get to work with loads of different people. I work with the creative department, I work with the production department, I work with media. I even have financial aspects to my job where I do estimates, budgeting, invoicing. But most importantly, I work with clients, so I'm client-facing. I actually meet clients, talk to clients, and liaise a lot with various clients that we have here.
I work with a team of 6 people on a range of different promotions. We work with quite a big brand, helping them develop their promotional calendar, and we work on projects that involve both product, in-store point of sale, competitions and various promotions targeted at the youth audience.
I would say there are 3 main aspects of my sort of day-to-day role. First side, obviously as an analyst, I run a lot of analysis based on marketing strategy, mostly really for forward planning for the company to decide on what campaigns we do, for example, and also probably to prove some of the marketing strategies that we've actually already done in the past, and a lot of times I actually have to present to clients and maybe the marketing team, primarily for me. And within that, I've attended a very intensive presentation course training, and from that I've actually gained a lot of learning about myself, how I'm projected in front of a big audience, and just how I speak, how I how when I smile in presentations, and how I could make jokes to sort of gain attention span back.
Job involves is quite varied, so on a day-to-day basis, it could be anything coming from creating a radio script for a client, it could be a 48-sheet poster, DM piece, television ad, so it's such a variety, every day is different.
The world of work isn't exactly a cakewalk. In fact, it's not even a well-laid trail of biscuits. With the job market in the UK as competitive as it's ever been, there's a premium on inside advice from those in the kind of jobs that you want to work in. So we've paid the toll for you and asked our marketing professionals what advice they have on breaking into the sector.
I would tell a room of graduates to understand that in marketing, a career doesn't just involve coming up with taglines for a brand. It's important to understand that you'll be working in many levels in order to bring that brand to life. So it's not just the glamorous billboards, there's lots of different sides involved.